nothing but the truth. Hello, I'm Raj Chengappa from India Today and your host for Nothing But the Truth. Every week, we will deal with key issues of concern and bring you perspectives and clarity as to why these matter to you and what is the one clear truth that emerges from it. The Bharat Jodo Yatra, led by Congress party leader Rahul Gandhi, is in the final stage of its long journey. There is little doubt that it has been drawing plenty of attention across the country. It began in Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu on September 7th last year and will culminate at Srinagar on January 30th. In all, Rahul Gandhi and his band of Congress faithful would have walked over 3,300 kilometers spanning 13 states and 1 union territory. They would have walked for 140 days or a little over 4.5 months. The states that Rahul and his yatris walked in are Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and now the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. While there have been many such padyatras in the country post-independence, the scale of this yatra is unprecedented, particularly for the Congress party. To get an idea of the yatra and the walk, I did 2 stretches. One from Karnataka to Ambala in Haryana. Then a week later, I tracked it from Jalandhar to Hoshiarpur in Punjab. In Jalandhar, at a village called Kala Bakra, I reached the yatra camp at 6:20 a.m. in the morning. It was still dark outside and cold. The temperature was 2 degrees centigrade. But the brightly lit camp was a hive of activity with the Congress Seva Dal workers hoisting the national flag, singing the national anthem, and chanting, interestingly, Vande Mataram. They then began the walk with Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh in the lead. The Seva Dal walks much ahead of the main yatra, and I walked with them for a while and chatted with the affable Jairam Ramesh. On one side of the road, there were giant cutouts of Rahul Gandhi and posters of him wearing a saffron-colored Sikh turban, and the air is festive, almost like a mela, a celebration of democracy. Half an hour later, at 7 a.m., Rahul Gandhi, wearing just a white t-shirt despite the biting cold, comes out to join the main yatra at its starting point. A band is playing a marching tune. There are over 300 yatris behind him, mainly from the Congress, many of them waving both the Congress flag and the national tricolors. There is a cavalcade of cars and trucks organized by the local congressmen that follow the yatra, waving banners and playing Punjabi hit songs. There is even a Bhangra performance to greet the yatris. Despite the early hour, men and women, even children, have lined up to catch a glimpse of Rahul, waving the hands furiously to grab his attention. Rahul Gandhi occasionally invites some of them to join him, handing out sweets to children and chatting with their parents. After walking for some 4 hours, the entire yatra halts and takes a break for lunch and a nap. I did go there and see them. Then around 3 p.m., they set out again for another 4 hours, traversing almost 28 kilometers in all. In fact, I felt my calves pain, but the yatris seemed to be used to it. They retired to their camps for dinner and a night's rest before starting early in the morning again. This is the routine they have followed in the past 4 months. So while the yatra for me was interesting to witness, especially at close quarters, there are 2 big questions it throws up. One, can the Bharat Jodo Yatra save the sinking Congress? And 2, has the yatra altered the image of Rahul Gandhi of being, as he was called by the BJP, a Pappu, a Shehzada, and Rahul Baba? One thing is clear. The yatra has catapulted Rahul Gandhi back to the center stage of Indian politics. His YouTube videos, in fact, have attracted more than 21 million new views every month since he began the yatra in September. The yatra has also, in many ways, galvanized the Congress party that had reached the nadir of its 138-year-old existence. But before we do a full evaluation of the Yatra, let's look at the condition of the Congress party before it all began. In the 2014 and 2019 general elections, the Congress party's tally for the first time since independence fell to an all-time dismal low of 44 and 52 seats respectively. At the start of the Yatra in September last year, the Congress was ruling in just 2 states, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, and was a junior partner in Jharkhand. The party itself was in a shambles, with leadership tussles in many states and desertions and defections in the ranks. Rahul Gandhi had resigned as Congress president after the 2019 Lok Sabha debacle and was down in the dumps. As Jairam Ramesh told me on the walk, from 2014 to 2019, the Congress party was staring at an abyss. From 2019 onwards, the abyss was staring at the Congress party. What he really meant was that there was no light at the end of this dark tunnel. So it was in May 2022, at the Chintan Shivir in Udaipur, that the Congress decided to do something out of the box. Sonia Gandhi, its interim president at that time, announced that the party will set out on a nationwide yatra. The party saw it as a now or never moment. The Bharat Jodo Yatra is indeed a big, bold step to save the Congress from sinking into what is clearly political oblivion. But is also seen as an attempt to reclaim the leadership of the Gandhi family, particularly of Rahul Gandhi. That the Bharat Jodo Yatra has helped Rahul Gandhi get an image makeover is already evident. Walking for 8 hours, mingling freely with thousands of people, Rahul has established a direct contact with the masses. In demonstrating the ability, the stamina, and the forbearance to endure the dust, the noise, and the grime of a cross-country yatra, Rahul has changed the image of being a non-serious politician. He was earlier seen as a leader who was impatient, fidgety, and suffering from an attention deficit. Now, the reborn Rahul sports an overgrown beard and looks more like a sage than the angry young man of the image of his past. As important for the Congress is the message that Rahul is conveying during the yatra. Rahul has focused on a trinity of issues that directly takes on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the BJP, and their mentor, the RSS. The first is the economic front, where Rahul has concentrated on exposing income inequalities, the lack of jobs, price rise, and exposing crony capitalism. The second is social issues, which includes the BJP and the RSS using religion, caste, and even people's attire to polarize the country. And the third relates to political authoritarianism, in which he charges the Modi government of subjugating the judiciary and misusing enforcement agencies to settle scores with rivals. From the very beginning, Rahul has been clear that the Bharat Jodo Yatra is not an election jeetne ki yatra. Rahul, in fact, felt that the Congress had become an election machine seeking power for power's sake, and that it had left the battleground of ideas and ideologies for the BJP and RSS to occupy. For him, the yatra is about winning the battle of two opposing ideologies. According to Rahul, the one that the BJP and the RSS propagate uses hate, coercion, and division to enforce their writ across the country, even while pushing for uniformity of religion and language. On the other hand, the ideology that Rahul champions is one that celebrates India's diversity with unity, harmony, and equity intrinsic to the country's culture. That Rahul's image has improved after the yatra is evident from the findings of a survey done by Seawater, an independent polling agency. Seawater, in fact, tracked his ratings before Rahul Gandhi entered a particular state with his yatra and after he left it. The respondents were asked one question: whether they were satisfied with his political performance. The result, in fact, showed a V-shaped recovery for Rahul in some states. In states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and MP, where Rahul already enjoyed high ratings ranging from say 55% to 62%, his popularity remained stable or even went up as it did in Kerala. But in other states such as Haryana, Punjab, Maharashtra, and UP, where his ratings averaged around 40%, they went up by as much as 6 to 8 percentage points following the Yatra. The good news for Rahul is that his All India ratings have touched 50% in January 2023, an impressive increase of 10 percentage points when compared to January 2022 or last year. But, and there's a but, a sobering finding of the survey for Rahul was the answer to the question, who is better suited to be Prime Minister, Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi? The Prime Minister's rating was seen to have gone up from 54.3% to 60.8% after the Yatra, while Rahul's ratings increased only marginally from 29% to 29.9%, barely 0.9%. This indicates this yawning gulf that remains between him and Narendra Modi. Yashwant Deshmukh, founder of Sea Water, believes that the Yatra was not so much about defeating the BJP in 2024, but more about mitigating the threat posed by the surge of the Arvind Kejriwal-led AAP or Aam Aadmi Party, which was fast occupying the space that Congress had, especially in a few states. The Yatra then was to reinforce the fact that the Congress remains the principal opposition party in the country. In a separate India Today Sea Water Mood of the Nation poll, interestingly, when asked to give their assessment of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, 29% of those surveyed believed it was a great exercise by the party, the Congress party, for mass connect. But a substantial 36.8%, and this is important, that while conceding that the Yatra had created a buzz, believed that the party didn't have the organizational muscle and leadership to win elections. The message from this survey was clear. While the Yatra had boosted its profile, the Congress had to undertake a massive organizational overhaul if it has to pose a challenge to the BJP, both at the state or at the national level. The real challenge for the Congress begins once the Yatra ends on January 30th. Not only will it have to keep the momentum it has generated, but also build on it, especially if it has to effectively take on the juggernaut that the BJP has become under the stewardship of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. The definitive verdict of the Yatra's outcome will come only after results of the 9 state assembly polls in 2023 are announced. And these move on from February to December, and it includes the crucial elections in the states of Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh, where the Congress is hoping to make a comeback, as well as in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, where it needs to retain its hold over them. Wins in these states are vital for the Congress to regain its legitimacy as a national party and arrest its slide into oblivion. Having realized the importance of doing so, the Congress is starting what it calls a Haath se Haath Jodo. It is a campaign that is to begin from January 26 to March 26 this year. It is intended to carry forward the message of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and the campaign will see party workers fanning out to cover 230,000 gram panchayats, 600,000 villages, and 1 million electoral booths across the country. Sounds very much like what the BJP does. Importantly, Rahul Gandhi and the senior leaders of the Congress should now finalize an alternative narrative offering concrete solutions to the economic, social, and political issues that they raised during the Yatra. On the economic front, for instance, during the Yatra, Rahul talked broadly about the economic reforms he would focus on, and this included boosting the micro, small, and medium industries to provide jobs to millions. He also mentioned supplementing farmers' incomes by establishing a solid agro-processing network. He said he was opposed to the mindless privatization of public sector companies, some of which the BJP has done. He believes that the PSUs should not be treated as assets to be sold, but as a means of people's empowerment. When it came to welfare measures, his focus would be on access and equity rather than just efficiency. He also reiterated the 2019 poll promise of the Congress of Nyay, the scheme that assured 50 million of the poorest families in the country of a guaranteed cash transfer of rupees 6,000 a month or rupees 72,000 a year. Another plank the party is exploring is to vastly improve the country's health and education facilities through government spending. The Congress now needs to prepare a blueprint for rapid social and economic development, apart from political reform, if it has to successfully challenge the BJP's vision of growth. It will, however, be the political role that Rahul Gandhi will play in the coming months that will be watched closely. While Rahul Gandhi fashioned an ideological and moral role for himself during the Yatra, the imperative now is for him to carve out a political role. Though Rahul eschewed electoral politics during the Yatra, he showed shades of his approach towards resolving inner-party conflict in some of the states that the Yatra passed through. For instance, Jairam Ramesh told me that while the Yatra was in Karnataka, Rahul put his arms around the two warring leaders in the state, former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and State Party Chief D.K. Shivakumar, and told them, Siddaramaiah ji, tell me what are the best qualities of Shivakumar. And turning to Shivakumar, he said, Shivakumar, you tell me what's the best qualities about your former Chief Minister. Psephologist Pradeep Gupta of Axis My India believes the real benefit of this Yatra is that it has given Rahul Gandhi the moral legitimacy to deal with organizational issues and personality tussles with clarity and firmness, and to act decisively on party matters. Without victories in the upcoming state elections, the Congress party cannot even present itself as a credible alternative to the voters and to other opposition parties at the time of forming alliances. In UP, Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav and Bahujan Samaj Party Chief Mayawati declined to join the Yatra despite the Congress invitation. The Congress party is now aiming for one big show of opposition unity. It has invited leaders of 21 like-minded parties to join the concluding ceremony of the Yatra in Srinagar on January 30th. The list of attendees will be an indication of the party's acceptance as the pivot of opposition unity. But most importantly, the Congress must first build its own organizational muscle. The Yatra has made people sit up and take notice, but for the interest to sustain, it must yield political dividend. Otherwise, it will be dismissed as just another image-building exercise by the Gandhi family. Thank you for listening to me, and for more details and analysis, you can read the latest issue of India Today that has the Bharat Jodo Yatra on its cover. I look forward to having you with me on Nothing But the Truth again next week. Nothing but the truth.